Grid is one of the most powerful tools in CSS and also the most confusing one. But once you master creating layouts with grid, you'll wonder how you lived without it. Hi, I'm Shruti, here to simplify CSS grid layouts so you never have to look back again. Let's start with a very basic example. Assume this is a services section of a design agency. We have 6 services listed here, one below the other, in the normal flow. Here's the markup. A section with 6 divs within, with a heading and a paragraph each. And here's the CSS. Just some margin, padding and color for now. Now let's say we want these services to be displayed in a grid fashion with 2 columns and 3 rows. For this, the first CSS property you need to add to the parent element, which is the section in our case, is display grid. This doesn't do anything yet. See? Nothing. Because we haven't yet specified how many rows or columns we need. To define the columns, we use the property grid template columns on the parent element itself. The value of this property will be the width of each column separated by spaces like this: 50%, space 50%. This means give me 2 columns of width 50% each. And that's it. We have 2 columns and the items have automatically occupied 3 rows, though we did not specify how many rows we need. Similarly, if we need 3 columns instead, we can use the value 33.33% and specify it 3 times separated by spaces. Now we get 3 columns and 2 rows. Apart from percentages, we can also specify the size of the columns in fixed widths too. Let's say we want only 2 columns, with the first column being 20 rem wide and the second one 25 rem wide. Now this is what we get. Notice that when the size of the columns don't add up to the size of the parent container, the remaining space is left blank. We can actually inspect and see what's happening here. Inspect. Click on grid here to see the grid lines. You see this space is left unused. Even without grid template columns property, we actually had a grid with one single column. Let me show you. Let's comment this out and let's see. Click on grid once again. You see, we do have one column, but this is the same as the normal flow. With grids, it's also very easy to make the layout responsive. For example, we can retain this normal flow for a mobile screen size, and for a screen size wider than 480 pixels, say media screen and min width 480 pixels, section. Let's add the grid template columns property here with the value 50% and 50% to get 2 equal width columns. View this in responsive mode. See, that was so quick. For smaller screen sizes, we have only 1 column, and for slightly wider screens, we have 2 columns. For even bigger screens, let's add another media query. Let me copy all of this. Paste again. Let's say for a screen size greater than 720 pixels, we will create 3 columns like we did before with 33.33% each. And now we have 3 columns. This is the most basic grid layout. We will build on this in the next episode.